vulnerable and talk about mistakes and overcoming them because that's what it is. And then we can kind of talk a little bit about, our guests.
All right, overcoming mistakes.
Yeah.
I am
Or,
perfect.
hey, compared to me, yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Uh, well, I'm in my feelings right now. So
your feelings.
I'm just kidding.
What's wrong, Boo Boo? What's the matter,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
man? But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. But we're gonna have a lot of fun. I can't wait.
We always have fun. Yeah, I know.
I can sip a little bit of my Mick Ultra again.
You're such a old man.
I know, right? God bless you. Oh man, we hope everybody's tuned in today. But you got Facebook up?
I sure do.
I need a new phone with more space because I can't even have my apps that I need, like that I need and I use. Oh, I guess I can erase this one. I don't really use it. Might take up a lot of space. Facebook app. I don't even know. Your feelings.
I'm just
Hey, Bobby, we about good.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Looks like we're ready to go, y'all. Welcome back to episode 36 of the Collective Unfiltered with myself, Alexis Hornbuckle, and my homie, my best friend, Jaimel Johnson, aka Book.
Jamel.
To the
No, it's
people.
no country.
Hey, you know I'm country. Don't judge me.
Country.
Say what up to the people, man.
Man, what's up, y'all? Feeling good. Another beautiful Monday. Blessed to see this last day of November in 2020. So, yeah, man, I'm good. I just went another year around the sun. So I'm blessed to be here,
Definitely happy belated birthday for y'all that don't know. Book just celebrated a birthday this past Friday. Happy birthday, Book. And then my niece turning 7 today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, my niece is turning 7 today. So wow, I'm feeling a little old. I remember holding her and diapers and all that stuff. Good thing is I have one other niece still in diapers and a nephew still in diapers. Yep. And another niece in Miami who's still in diapers. So yeah, so I'm still good. I can still have my little baby. But before we really get into this show, definitely want to give a special shout out and thank you to our sponsors, Orange Mountain Designs. I'm sorry. Uh, Hound Dogs of Knoxville, Tennessee Tap House, and yeah, I mean Orange Mountain Designs is what we wear, is what we're supported, but we're working on a couple of special things, so that's why I said, oh man. But shout out to them anyway. Also, the Gold Standard Sports Performance, CEO right there, Bug, aka J Fit Life. And then also Alexis Hornbuckle Basketball, just passed it tutoring with our guy Nelson Garcia. If any type of your math tutoring needs, or PSAT, ACT, or SAT prep, or just learning how to test better, it's virtual, so you never have to worry about it really shutting down. It's a good look. He's been teaching and everything for years. Also, lastly, big shout out to Volunteer Roadshow, Billy and Bobby. Y'all doing your thing, and we just appreciate y'all helping us. So before we get into it, Book, can you tell the people how you enjoyed your birthday? I mean, maybe share a little bit, maybe not everything.
uh, I got a beautiful surprise from my girlfriend. We had another trip planned, but we decided to postpone that to post Corona so we could really wild out. Um, so she knows how much I love my birthday, so she surprised me with a little quick trip to the East Coast, just to the bottom of Georgia. But we went to Savannah, and she surprised me with skydiving.
Yeah, but what happened?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to jump out of a plane yesterday, but it will be in the very near future. Georgia's weather changes like that. So it literally went from sunny to cloudy and overcast. And today it's 29 degrees. So,
Yeah, that's a little bit crazy. But yeah, that's how Georgia worked. Hey, y'all, listen, anybody knows me, I'm scared of heights. But for Boog and her birthday, I said, you know what? Shit, I'm going to face my fear. I'm going to go skydiving too. But couldn't really go on that trip this time. But I don't know, but keep me updated because I
it's
really
okay. I'll keep you posted.
I want to face that fear for sure. Speaking of facing fears, Jay, they don't know that we have a special guest. We'll keep that on lock a little bit till the time gets closer. But our guest, he faced a lot of his fears and adversity and overcame a lot, and he's owning up to his mistakes and being accountable. And I want to know how we can kind of share our stories before he gets out and blows the whole show away. Do you have anything that kind of shaped you that you did you're not very proud of, but it also helped you mature, learn, and now it actually turned into something positive?
Mm, that's a good one. I probably needed a little bit more time. Got me on the spot.
Yeah, but come on, we unfiltered. Let's go.
What's up, y'all on Facebook? I see y'all already going ham. What's good? Thank you, Glenda. Happy birthday from Mississippi. Man, fears, mistakes that really just um I don't think I have any just like jaw dropping drastic mistakes I've made to where it's really like been like a game changer. I think it's more of just the little mistakes that I've made, figuring out how not to make them again and what's the lesson learned in it, not dwelling on the negative, um, and just always trying to find the positive in every little thing that you do, whether it's mistakes financially, which I've made plenty of, and I'm still not great, but it's continually learning and growing and figuring out, how not to make those mistakes. And finding everything has a lesson. For me, the positive in everything is finding the lesson, not dwelling on the negative and the consequence. So yeah, I would just say for me, it's an everyday process of just trying to be better, be more productive than I was yesterday, and um, we getting hated on over here on Facebook.
Uh-oh, tell me
Uh,
right over there when you finish.
yeah, we got you, Patricia. We got you. Um, but it's yeah. What about you?
Man, where do I start? So, there's quite a few things that I don't like to say regret. I really don't live. There are very few things, maybe one or two that I actually regret in life. Um, One is my financial management. Obviously, being able to be blessed to be drafted as high as I was and play in the league for 6 years as well as overseas for 11. I'm nowhere near where I should be. And I used to feel ashamed about that, to be completely transparent. You know what I mean? Like, how is that possible? How do you do this? How do you do that? But it's easy to do, especially when you don't come from a lot of money and then all of a sudden, you're starting to get 3,000, 1,500 a week basically or more. And that was when the salary was pretty low for rookies. So I'm looking at 3+ thousand every 2 weeks on my paycheck to come into the league. That was the first year. Obviously, it kept going up. But when I went into Turkey, bro, my first payment and it's cash. I ain't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Just 5 figures right there in your hand, and you've never really seen that. And it's something that if I could share with other young athletes or even young entrepreneurs or CEOs or business people that are really starting to hit their peak early,
Mm-hmm.
or it's now everything's starting to come into place when you've never really had to look at your finances like that, or you haven't had this amount of money ever coming in consistently or residually. um, and just do your homework, man. Hire an accountant. Surround yourself with people who are trying to you know, double their money, triple their money, know what and how to make good investments. Talk to those people. one of my favorite books that really helps people is Profit First. I don't know if y'all can see this because of my background, so I really don't know where I need to hold it. There it goes. So Profit First, and the author, when I started it, he sent me an email back, which was pretty cool. Um, just saying that this can really help you. He's looking forward to working with athletes, blah blah blah, and it just really helped me start to begin to set up what I needed to set up. So I would say that's definitely one of my biggest mistakes outside of my DUI. But yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Uh, all right, real quick, over on the Book of Face, Josh, what's good? We haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing good.
I miss you.
Uh,
I miss you.
Mookie and Sandra say, "What's up from the Garbuckles?"
Yeah, what's up, cuz? Hold up, my fellow Garbuckle, my baby. Hey, Sandra.
And then we come into the little juice. Patricia said, "Okay, so Tennessee QB JG sucks. Address that. Why does Tennessee continue to play him?" And then we started talking about our questions. He said, "Y'all boring."
Hey, you know what? Well, this is what we're gonna do. Because no lie, this weekend I focus on lady ball basketball. So, Bobby, what can you say to that question?
Which question?
Why
Are
did
they playing the
Tennessee
quarterback? Yeah.
Oh, why they
continue?
keep playing JG? I guess because they think he's the best quarterback they got.
So how do we find out otherwise?
Somebody needs to go down to practice and find out. I tell you what, I have reliable sources. Members of the Volunteer Roadshow are actually former players that actually played with some people on the coaching staff. So we got connections, right? There's a couple of current players that have actually said, y'all have no idea, but JG is by far the best quarterback on the team right now. Now, I'm of the opinion we need to just cut bait, put in Harrison Bailey. If that's what we're going to do, we need to stick with him all the way through the end of the season and not put JG back in there. But that's just what a couple of current players have said. So I haven't seen it. I'm just telling you.
I
That's
can,
just what
I
I've
can,
heard.
maybe he in practice he's overperforming and in games underperforming, and it's possible. I mean, some people are like great practice players and great non-pressure players, and then some are built for that type of pressure and that type of environment that comes with SEC football. I'd have to watch more and get with Bobby and Billy and really talk more. So I can't really answer that, Patricia. You know what I'm saying? But Bobby, thank you for your insight on that.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
don't.
it's inside, it just hearsay.
Yup.
True.
And she said,
And then Glenda brought up a very good question for both of us. Who had the most influence on your everyday life?
on my everyday life, different people at different stages, but I would say first and foremost, my probably my dad, Diddy, and then second up to that would probably be Coach Summit, to be honest, just because of the lessons that either I learned firsthand or read about or experienced in some way that was relevant to my life in sports and moving forward. So I have to say definitely those two. And that's nothing going against my mom. It's just my dad was the guy who had me in the gym all the time. So he's constantly, as coaches, that's what we're constantly doing. It's beyond the sport. We're giving a lot
Mhm.
of lessons out there. So I'd have to say those two. What about you, bro?
Definitely Mom Dukes and my grandmother. I mean, those were two just constant voices always. And always giving me just that encouragement when I was down, when I was, struggling a little bit, when I was happy. They were constantly, you know, giving me that encouragement. And then also probably my brother. He's like my best friend. So, we're always talking. We talk all the time. So, and for me, especially in college, like he was my biggest fan. Well, one of three of four of my biggest fans. But, I was doing something that he kind of led the way for me. But he didn't really get to finish.
Yeah.
And so I was able to finish and exceed. And so, like, for him, I think part of it too was just kind of seeing me take after him and blow what he did out the water. Like, and he loves bragging about it. So, so that's cool, that he is like my number one fan when it comes to that. So,
Absolutely. And I'd have to say, and this is no bullshit, like dead ass, Jamel Johnson has been a very influential person in my life for a lot of reasons. She keeps me grounded. She'll cuss me out when needed. She'll be that shoulder to cry on. When it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to us working out, whatever it is, we've always been able to push each other. But she's always kind of that steady balance of life and what to do and how to approach it, more level headed and tactful, obviously, than I was or am at times still. But for the most part, I have to say, Book, I definitely appreciate you and the role that you play in my life outside of just, our 15 plus year friendship. All right, don't cry on camera. Let's move on.
oh, for real, for real. No, I appreciate you as well. Like, that's, all love. Been rocking for 15, going into 16 years. You already know.
Absolutely.
And Jamel's my favorite too. I had
Oh,
to
I'm
put that
back.
on.
I'm back on top.
Yep.
Hey, he wishy washy. Ain't nobody worry about Bobby, man. See, that's some catfish shit right there.
I'm back on top. Bobby, don't be saying that just because it was just my birthday. Because I think Lex's birthday week, you told her she was your favorite. So
I
Yeah,
did. Okay.
when it's my time, I wasn't knocking it. Now it's your time. I'm kind of hating.
whatever.
Hey, like we said earlier, we do have a special guest. I'll give you his name now. His name is, oh Lord, I almost forgot.
Walter Martin.
Excuse me. Walter Martin is his name. Um, he does currently reside in Knoxville. I don't know if any of you guys have heard him or his story recently. He's kind of everywhere. He's actually making a movie. I'm gonna let him get more into his story and all of that. And it's just a tremendous thing to see someone hit rock bottom and get to a position where it's easy for people to keep them down and to point fingers and say, because this happened, you don't deserve a second chance or you don't deserve a better shot at life or a shot at greatness. And he's literally defying all odds right now, being able to share his testimony and really put himself out there. I mean, it's hard to be vulnerable, Bug. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but for me, yeah, it's tough.
It is. It's very tough. So, now we're definitely excited to have Walter. I mean, his story is going to blow everyone away. Lex and I didn't want to know the entire story because we wanted to hear it live because we're unfiltered. So, we know the bits and pieces, but, we're going to hear it straight from the person who experienced it and lived it and went through it. And he's going to speak on his book, The Devil's Deceit, which is actually beginning casting to become a movie. So definitely want to support. If y'all have dreams and aspirations of hitting the big screen, this could be your moment. But I'm definitely excited to speak with him and really kind of feel his passion and his energy, and really, hear about the testament of his faith through everything, which ultimately brought him through. So I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm hyped too. Typically our guests are, visual video with us and live with us. He actually is coming from another show, so he is going to call in, and whenever he calls in, we'll switch up the script and we'll go straight into just having a conversation with him because we want to value his time as well as yours. But we also want to go ahead and be blessed and educated and motivated, man. I don't know. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Um, Lex, you think you might be able to get in front of the big screen? You think you could do the casting call?
Yeah, I've been there on hooping. What you talking about?
You've been what?
Oh, you talking about like acting?
Is his book about basketball?
Yo, I promise you, I almost came through this damn computer and the microphone. You hear me?
No, I'm saying
Actually, no. The answer to that question is no, absolutely not. And only thing that I've ever thought about was our type of documentary type thing or
you don't think you could play another role?
I think I could. I'm just that type of person who invests into whatever I'm doing. You know me, Bug. I'm quick to get into character. So
right, I'd be like, "Hello, you asked me."
What kind of movie would you be in, Alexis? What would be most likely? A comedy, a romantic, horror flick,
definitely not horror. I
suspense?
don't watch those.
I don't
Belly.
Classic. Belly is a classic, by the way. Yeah, I think I would be more
Boys in the Hood.
Yo, Book, shut up, man.
Loving basketball.
Definitely loving basketball. Anything that had to do with basketball or sports related, obviously. A comedy, I could see that because I'm goofy, man. I can't say like I'm a comedian, but I'm just goofy. And then anything gangster, Bobby. Anything gangster.
So what?
Wasn't Shaq in a movie with basketball, kind of a comedy? What was the name of that? Long time ago.
What are you talking about, Kazam?
Kazam, that was it.
That was pure comedy. Like that was funny that was even a movie.
He got game.
Yeah, He Got Game was my joint though.
Bud Rim.
But yeah, loving basketball, like Buck said. White Man Can't Jump. All any movie like that. I don't want to be in like a Disney basketball movie. Like I watch those because of the messages. Like I can't say I don't watch them, but I wouldn't want to play that role. I would like to play any type of role where some of it I can literally pick from my own life experience, whether that is directly or indirectly, personal or through someone I know. What about you, Bub?
Oh, I'm definitely coming with a drama. No, I'm just kidding. A comedy.
Do that. You can do comedy and drama, and obviously anything sports related. I can see that.
Yeah, I definitely a comedy first. I love to laugh. I love to smile. So making other people laugh and smile, or like a action comedy, like Kevin Hart. Like
I can do that. I would love
ride along. I definitely do that.
But
something real serious and deep, like probably this movie.
Could you make yourself cry at will? Could you make yourself cry like some of them really good actors?
Oh,
so you can fake it?
I mean, I cried when the police pulled me over for speeding or something, but I don't speed anymore because I don't want to get pulled over. We're not in the right climate for that. But some really like deep stuff. Like it scares me because you see so many actors and actresses that really take on those roles and how it affects them. Obviously, some of them, have unfortunately taken their lives, but even some of them that, after that, they begin to struggle with, whether it's addiction or it's hard to, because they immerse themselves into those roles so well. Like, that's scary to me. Like, because your mind is so powerful. Like, it's so powerful. Me and Bree actually watched. Have you seen the show or heard about it? It's a current story. It's called The Act.
Nah, I haven't.
Yo, it's the craziest thing.
Hulu, Netflix, what's it on?
Hulu.
All right, I'm gonna
It's on like 8 episodes, but the young lady is currently in prison. But she's getting out soon, like is already writing a book and doing shows, about to get married. But it's crazy. The mom basically brainwashed her and like not brainwashed her, but her mom had a condition and made her think that she was paralyzed.
I saw it. We started watching that actually. I started watching.
You gotta finish it. You gotta finish it.
It's similar to that one movie though. The came out a while ago and it was based off a true story where the mom was like a hypochondriac and struggled from her own stuff, and then had her daughter and doctors like believing she had different types of cancer. She can't walk. She can't do this. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
The girl finds out otherwise. Unfortunately,
and the girl is smart. She starts figuring stuff out and like
Like about the medicine, and then she went to the
Yeah.
pharmacy, and then her mom's found her. She trying to get these answers. Like her mom trying to make her feel crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
we started watching. I'm gonna finish.
National championship.
But
Oh, it looks like we're ready. It looks like we're ready. You want to do this intro? Hey, can you hear us?
You there, Walter?
I can hear y'all. Yeah.
Hey, Walter. First off, thank you for joining us tonight, for taking this.
Man, thank you for having me. It's been hectic. We just finished up another little telecast for YouTube. Had some gumbo, trying to keep books and things. We're jumping in with you guys now.
Nice.
awesome. Well, welcome to the show. So for those of you that are just tuning in, we have here live on the phone Walter Martin, author of The Devil's Deceits. And we didn't want to give too much information, Walter, because we want to hear the story straight from you. And, kind of, where you're at with it, with this current book, and anything else that you want to promote and push and get people to tune into.
Well, at this moment, like I said, we're just not leaving. As we speak, we're walking out of IDK, Craft Shack, and more down here on Cumberland Avenue. And we're all over the place right now. Auditions, book signings, and things. We're trying to take this thing. I want it to be bigger than anybody else's movie that's ever been made in Knoxville, Tennessee. I feel like it can be that. Thus far, I've gotten a lot of. I haven't really seen any resistance with this project, really. People have fallen in my lap. People that I need that help me. I don't want to say it's been a cakewalk. It's been a process, yes, but it's been easier than. Sometimes it's not as hard as it seems either. I know people say it's not as easy as you think, but it's not as hard as you think either. So that's where we're at with it. We want to go to the moon with it. If I aim for something, we aim high.
Absolutely, that's the only way to do it. And we told the audience that you're working on your movie, and actually auditions are open right now, currently in Knoxville, which I think is amazing. Jaimel and I both are former Lady Vol. So anything that's great happening in Knoxville, we're always, more than ready to support it and push it out there to the public using our platforms. But what I would like for you to share with our audience is, can you break down a little bit about exactly what the movie is, how it obviously transpired from real life experiences, and how you were able to turn your mistakes into blessings and write this book and be the author that you are, and now working on a movie? Can you give our audience a background of that and where it's headed?
Well, the background of the movie is basically when I was in prison, I pretty much lost faith in all things good or godly. I went on that kind of path when I was a teenager. I was a decent kid. I played sports over at Central. Then all of a sudden, I'm locked up in prison doing all this time, and you're like, how did this happen? How did this happen to me? Why me? So you lose faith. How I overcame that was just deciding at one point in my life that, no, I don't want to sit in federal prison for the rest of my life. No, I don't think this is cool. So all those perceptions of what about a young black man should be in America, tough, this and that, you got to be in the street running by, it all fell by the wayside for me, because I was like, I don't have to be anything but me. And when I started writing books, it all came from me and my entertainment of reading books. So I decided that's what I wanted to do. And that's what kept me pretty much sane while I was in there. Even when I was I did 6 months in the hole, 24-hour lockdown for a fight that I got into in Kentucky. So reading really takes you away from that. And in doing so, I was like, okay, I want to do this. So motivation came from having my name being slandered. I know that I was probably called a loser. I was called this and that. And you want to kind of like redeem yourself. You want to put yourself in that sports situation. I always like to look at sports as an analogy, because our coaches used to say when we were young, you'll learn a lot about life experiences playing sports. And I never knew what they meant. So, writing to me was like a trick play. and I had to call that trick play. I had to figure something out to do. I couldn't do what I was doing. I couldn't stick to the running game. I had to switch up to the pass. I had to switch up to a new offense. I had to go to a running gun. I had to go to a full court press. However you want to look at it. And I always say in life that if you find something that you really, really love to do, you can kind of compare life to that. You can kind of use your analogy and your metaphors. Like you say, okay, right now I need a trick play. So I started writing, and it just so happened to get a big gain, a first down, and it gave momentum to me. Okay, people started looking at my books in prison, and you can't find a better critic for a book than an inmate. All they do is read all day, all day, all day, all day. They're the most educated sometimes, the most well-written. You would be surprised at the people I learned from. I've met monsters. I've met people who stole millions of dollars, white-collar crime gangsters. I've met all kind of people that, like, shaped me to say, okay, here's all your characters. You can use these people, put them together, and you have the creativity to come up with a story. But therein lies the problem, because I couldn't get a lot of help from the street to get these stories off the ground. So when I gave up faith, something clicked in me and said, write this story, The Devil's Deceit. Write a story about somebody who's in your position, who's in a similar, feeling the same way about God, where you at, and here comes the devil to trick you up. And what I want you to know is my vision of God is energy, anything good. You can call him whatever you want, God, Yahweh. I don't care what title you put on the highest being that created us. I know there's a creator that made us because we're all too intricately made. We're all too personally made. We have a digestive system, an immune system. Something specially crafted us to be what we are. But you also got to realize there's a good and a bad. And if you believe God created everything, you also got to know that he created that good and that bad. He created that up and that down, that left and that right. So it's on us to control the amount of good in our life, the amount of bad in our life. And that's the devil, that's the God in our life. And if you can create an imbalance that's really more God than devil, then you're okay, I think. In the book breaks so many things down to the devil's mouth that you almost kind of believe what he's saying, because the devil will tell you the truth to get you to believe a lie. There is pleasure in a lot of things that destroy us. That's true. There is a lot of truth in that. But at the same time, you got to remember it is still destroying you. So there's truth on both sides, and that's where the devil's deceit comes in. I'm going to destroy you with your own pleasure. You're going to take and destroy yourself. You're going to blame me, the devil's telling him, but there's no reason to blame him when you are in full control. That's the whole purpose of the book. It's all in your head. What are you going to let control you? Do you need this? Do you want that? Is it imperative to your life? Do you have to have it? And those things that he puts a combination of troubles on you that make you think that you do have to do certain things. I think that when I was robbing at 18 years old, he was playing in my idle mind, saying, hey, these jobs are no good for you. You don't like working there. Your parents are on you about getting a job, this and that. Okay, go make a quick decision to get you some quick cash and rob this store. And then when it worked out the first time, he's like, hey, see how easy that was? We can do this over and over. We can do this until both. And now you got to make one decision. You say, okay, I want to go in here and I want to fight all the time. I want to do drugs. He won't figure out his way to destroy you only through you. He's not as strong as people give him credit for. That's the purpose of the book. You got to take a look at yourself and say, hey, this is where I'm going to be. And when I always knew this was where I was going to be. I always knew I was going to make a movie from this. I always knew my book would do good. I always knew. Because if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can do all things. I always knew. And I don't even have the faith of a mustard seed. I don't think I could jump. I can't swim. I don't think I could jump in the water right now. But I have enough faith to where I can do what I need to do out here to make these mountains move. The mountains that it's talking about in the Bible are the mountains in your own life. Some of those mountains are addiction. Some of those mountains are coming home from prison to do good. Some of those mountains are losing weight, getting a job, changing your life. Those are mountains in your way. And if you have just a little bit of faith, you can overcome those mountains. The Bible is not a literal book. It is a book telling you other things, and it wants you to think about it so you can appreciate it when you do get it.
Well, obviously hearing how you always knew that, you were going to write this book and how you were going to turn this into a movie. So, and you spent 6 months in the hole in 24 hours. Like, that's insane. I mean, that is something if people don't understand about prison, like look up what the hole looks like. And that's crazy. So for me, I was, as you were talking, I was like, so at what point, so how long were you in prison? And at what point did you kind of come to a space where you were like, prison, like look up what the hole looks like? I need to write a book.
Well, none of that came. I was writing the books before I even got sentenced. I mean, I got locked back up at 19 years old. I started writing at 19. I had the idea the first time I got locked up at 18. I got myself out of some trouble. My dad came through, helped out, whatnot, got us out. I expressed the idea of writing books to a friend of mine. We just laughed about it. And then I got locked back up again. I was like, well, I might as well do that since I'm going to be here for a while. I mean, there's nothing else to do. I mean, I was going to do something positive, and I know I could probably, because I was always motivated by people looking at me like I was like a loser, no good. I'd fallen off, my brand was no good. I felt like I was always better than what I was portraying with the prison thing. So it didn't take for me to do 6 months as a whole. I wrote my book. I wrote many books long before I'd ever done that 6 months. That came in 2012 when I was in Mexican, and I got locked up in 2005. I started writing 7 years prior. But the thing of it is, it's hard to get your books published from prison because you don't have a lot of help. That is something I would like to help inmates do. The thing of it is, the devil plays in your head like that too. It makes you feel like I said, nobody's messing with you. People have lives out here. I mean, it's not like I've sent the most pictures or most letters to the friends I've had in prison or whatnot, but we stay in touch. People have lives, and the devil will play on that. If he can get in and play on that, he'll separate you for years. There were months and years that I didn't talk to my family because I felt like we were beefing. And when I let all that go, life has been so much easier. I let a lot of things go because I realized it is true that if you can get past these petty issues, you can move on to so many next levels in your life. It's unbelievable the things out there that are waiting for you once you get these monkeys off your back. These monkeys that are rage and guilt, and people have guilt holding them back. You're feeling a certain way, and you feel like you can't get someone because you've done this or that in the past. Who cares what you've done in the past? It means nothing. I got a bad past. I got a past that I don't care to just have come out all the time. Outside of the things I went to prison for. The thing of it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hold you back, and the devil will make it seem like you're no good or no. It's deep. It really, really is deep once you start to think about it. You start to become illuminated and say, okay, this is what it's really about right here. It's about having a balance. If I can control a little bit of what I got going here, okay, I'm not going to be great at holding back on certain things. Cool. I can fight them. You got to put the fight into them. You can only chip away at these things. Chip away at them. Otherwise, you're going to put so much pressure on yourself to where you just say you don't want to do it. And that's the problem in the church. That's the problem in the church. People thinking that you have to be so perfect in order to get to heaven that they feel like, okay, I'm just going to take my chances on living my life because I don't think I can live that. I don't think I could be as perfect as some of them want you to be, so they run from that. And that is the devil's play as well. He wants you to feel that way. He will use the church against you. He will use anything he can against you. That's just his play. That's his move. That's his motto. That's just what he does. So that's where we're at with it right now.
I think that's awesome that you use that time. I've known quite a few people that's been locked up. It's nothing but the grace of God that sports and, a college scholarship kind of saved my life, which I still almost managed to throw away to the system.
We lost him on getting him back. We lost you. Go ahead, Lex.
Walter, but I think that number one, taking responsibility for your actions and saying, you know what, I'm not ashamed to share this story. I'm not afraid because that's exactly what God does. That's exactly how transformation happens. You have to be able to say, I did this. This is who I am. That's not who I want to be. What are the steps to become the man or the woman that I want to be? And like your faith, even though you say you lost faith and, at a moment, I don't see that because you came right back. I think maybe you were blinded for a while. Maybe some things happened that caused you to say, nah, this ain't real. But deep down inside, I don't think I would use the words that you lost faith because you're speaking. I'm a PK, by the way. I grew up in the church. Both my grandfathers pastored their own church. My father's a pastor now. Mother's an evangelist minister. One of my grandfathers was a bishop. But growing up in the church and me having my own personal secular battles, um, I've had that where I thought it was me, or I didn't think that I needed to go to church. I didn't think I needed to pray as much or go to use the Bible because things aren't working out for me. But here I am, a living, walking, breathing testimony, and my testimony is falls very short of yours, Walter. But just who you are and what you're trying to bring out of the community of people in the system who may or may not deserve to be there, but everybody deserves a second chance at redemption, reconciliation, and being able to come to terms of who they were and being allowed, like society actually allowing them to write a different narrative. I'm sure you understand how hard it is because they want to keep you in your old narrative. Can you talk to us about some of the challenges that you faced trying to write your new narrative?
Yeah, can you hear me, Phil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I've had a lot of people try to use that against me since I've been home. That's such the weakest route people can take with me because I really do not care if they know that I've been to prison before. I actually wear that as a trophy because I feel like I'm proud to have made it out of that situation. And I know for a fact that most people don't get anywhere close to where I've gotten so far. And I mean nowhere close to what I've gotten done so far. So to say that, hey, you came from this or that makes the story even better. So for people to look down on it, I laugh about that. And for those who actually get it, who actually understand life and get life, then we can move a lot further with each other and do a lot more because that's just people, that's just godly people around you. So the devil's people are alive. The devil's people are out there to hold you back, remind people that you've done this and done that. It matters not. It's all about how you carry yourself. That confidence will show through. What's left in the dark will be brought to light. So if you shine, just the smallest speck of light can overcome a lot of darkness. You know what I mean? So it's about basically how I've carried myself, how I've moved. I've really not faced a lot of obstacles. Really the only obstacles I face is I come home with people. They get on my nerves a lot of times. You know what I mean? Co-workers when you're working, we got to get work done. Those have been the little annoyances since I've come home. Getting the book done has been a breeze. That's what I do. That's who I am. I've been rich for 15 years. In my spirit, in my mind, I already had this. I've already had billions of dollars off of a book and a movie. I've already changed millions of lives. I've already helped people. It's already done because I did it when I said I was going to do it. The only thing was I had to stick to it. I can write whatever story I want to write. That's the power that God has given me. I can write whatever story I want to write. And some people don't believe it, but you can't deny what's happening in front of your face. So it is what it is. Hello?
Yeah. No, we hear you. We laughing with you. Like you're right. You can't deny what's right in front of your face. You can finish though. We can hear you.
Yeah, you can't deny that. A lot of people try to tell me do this and do that, do this. I'm like, hey man, have you not seen the progress you're making? I'd probably just jump over here and follow this train right here because I got a good thing going. I'm not overconfident. I'm not cocky. I don't think the game's over with. I've not relaxed. I put my foot on the gas. I like to run the score up. I'm that kind of coach. I'm that kind of player. If we can score on you, we're going to score. I don't care if it's fourth quarter, 1 second. We're going to punch one in. You cannot take your foot off the life because the moment you do, life will kick you. It's always looking for its little crack to slip through to get its momentum back to pull you down. Life will give you what you want. If you're positive, you'll get that. Unfortunately, negative things happen to positive people all the time. But we can't let that determine how we feel, how we think. So when I saw guys going to prison all the time and not doing anything with themselves all the time, I didn't let that discourage me because I felt I knew who I was. It didn't matter. John Wooden had a saying, don't worry about what the other team does. Just do what you need to do and everything will be fine. That's my philosophy on life. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I don't care how long it took anybody to get their movie done. I don't care how long or how many problems they face because we don't have the exact same circumstances to measure those two up beside each other. You just don't. So I can't see any limitations. The only person I see in my way is me. And I've come close a time. I've come close a time or two to getting in my own way. I'm actually, as we speak, driving past the place where I had a car wreck last August and almost died, and stood on the interstate and looked at downtown at this overpass here, and I heard a little voice in my head say, everything can be yours if you just be patient. If you just take the right step. There's a blueprint to everything. You got to follow it. There's a blueprint to everything in this world. I mean, you really can't make it any more simple for people. You just have to follow the dang on, you got to follow the format. I mean, stick to the game plan. Even when you get hit in the mouth, stick to the game plan. So, I'm very confident. I'm very happy with where we are right now. I'm extremely happy with where we are right now. I'll be passing the screenplay off to the director this week. She'll be in town. Give her what she needs. Funding wise, we're looking to add a lot of small businesses into our movie. We can incorporate that. We can make it look good. It doesn't have to look like a commercial. We can make things look good. So I want you to know, everybody out there who's got a small business, anybody who's got a brand, anybody who's trying to incorporate something into a movie and haven't seen, anybody who's trying to make something bigger of themselves. These things, it's worth the investment. And I swear, placement is one of the biggest things you can do in movies. Investing in a movie is one of the best things you can do as far as investing. This is a major, major opportunity in Knoxville, Tennessee right now. I got the best thing smoking right now, and I don't say that lightly. I truly think I have the best product going as far as entertainment. It's educational, it's informative, and it's extremely entertaining. And not to mention, it's going to showcase this whole beautiful city that a lot of people just are not understanding of. They don't know that, hey, Knoxville, Tennessee is a great place to be. They think it's just another small town with spots.
I have to agree with you on that.
Absolutely. No, we definitely gonna get some more information on how people can connect with you real quick. Gonna give a quick shout out to our sponsors is bringing the show to you. Tennessee Tap House, Hound Dogs of Knoxville, our guy Nelson Garcia. Nelson Garcia, R.I.P. Nelson Mandela. But Nelson Garcia down in Miami with Just Passing Tutoring and all your PSAT, SAT. Y'all got me dying with that one. No, Bobby's going to turn that into a blooper reel. I just know it. I feel it in my spirit. And shout out to our girl, Terry Holder at Orange Mountain Designs. And, of course, Bobby and Billy with Volunteer Roadshow. Man, y'all, it's been a long day. But back to our guy, Walter. I'm glad I could bring y'all a quick little laugh.
Do we have any questions on Facebook before you?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to get to.
Shit, my bad. Shoot, I'm sorry, my bad.
So, Walter, we're live on Facebook, and they've been active all evening. One question we have is, were you ever close to a breakdown in the hole, or did you ever just feel like you were going to just kind of lose it?
I felt like I was on the edge of a breakdown the whole entire time I was locked up. It was not my environment. You got to understand that I was thrown into a fire that, I mean, even though, okay, put it this way, I had a two-parent home. We came up in a decent environment. So you go from that to being in here with everybody from the slums, Mexicans, mobsters, white-collar crime. You got people from all over the country. California, Georgia, New York. So you're meeting the real deal people that you only see really on TV. So you're like, okay, you're stressed out. Will I make it out of here? You never know when your time is going to come. You don't know out here or in there. Was I on the verge of a breakdown? Of course. I mean, I didn't, you miss your family, you miss your friends, you miss your freedom most of all. There's nothing worse that you can do to a person than snatch their freedom away. If the showers are cold, I swear, man, you just going to have to deal with it tonight. If they got liver down there and you don't want it, you better have you a ramen noodle or some stuff put on the side. You're going to find out a lot about yourself when you go in that gate. The number one thing you're going to find out real quick is if you got heart. Because I've seen men that it looks like they got all the heart in the world. They will crumble. I've seen this. This is not a game. This is real talk. I have seen this. But for some reason, I was always looked at, even with this strong voice I have now speaking, they listen to me in there as well. Like, I was always cool with the bullies. Like, the bullies always were like my best friends in prison. I swear to God. Nobody bothered me. I had a few fights in there. I got jumped one time, but I won that fight too. And this is all stuff that people can tell you. If you reach back out there, my name is 100% solid in the federal institution. Nowhere can I be spoken about. It's 100%. Ain't snitching. I didn't do anything that I should have been doing in there. I stood on my own two. I don't fault with multiple people by myself. I am a 100% 10 toes down individual that you're talking about who's really come home to put something together special. I'm the real deal. Like, no joke. Here's the thing. When it comes to breaking down in prison is all mental. Excuse my language, that shit is not physical, okay? It is mental. If you go in there and you can play sports, they love you for that. It's a bravado thing in prison. It's a machismo thing. Who is the man? Where do the men stand? You want to separate the weak from the strong. That's exactly what it is. I've never been weak. So I fit right in. Even though it wasn't my environment, I fit right in because I've always played sports. And I would never, ever, ever let a man jump me and not stand on my own 2 feet and at least earn my respect right there on the team. So I honestly didn't have problems with people. I was honestly cool with every kind of person you can think of, even racist. I have no problems with anybody. I can get along with anybody. My breakdown came where, what will I do when I get out of here? What does my family think of me? What do my friends think of me? What's on the other side of this gate? Like, how am I going to make this dream really come true? And it starts to weigh on you. And here comes the devil saying, okay, it ain't going to happen. You got this up against you. You got this up against you. You start to stress. You start to wonder, like, man, this is going to be hard. This is going to be difficult. I don't know if I can, what am I going to do if it's a 5-year plan, 10-year plan? My plan is actually just about on par with my time. I said I'd need a year or so to get myself reacclimated to society, get some money up under me, and then it was over from there. I know I got the best product. I was never worried. I always knew. I always had my faith in God. I always had my faith in God. True faith will get you through this. I never one time, after I lost faith one time, I threw my books away and my cellmate came and he went and grabbed them out of the trash can and brought them to me. I have never lost faith after that. I have not lost faith one time. I knew that I would be great with this. And I'm telling you, I will pass Tyler Perry as the biggest black director filmmaker in America. I promise you that. I will. You heard me say that I will pass him. My stories are better. My stories are better than his stories. My stories have bigger meaning than his stories, and I've been through a rougher situation and overcome more than he has.
I like
this is my time. This is my time. And yes, I say that fully confidently. This is my time. This is my time. I even have somebody helping me on my production team that's been in the Tyler Perry movie. That's how I'm moving right now. I move calculatedly, I calculated. I don't know if I just made up a word calculatedly, but we can use it.
Okay, we're gonna roll with it.
That's my word. Don't nobody touch. That's my word. Calculatedly.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Nah, we love the confidence.
I love the sports side of it. You played at UT, right?
Both of us.
You played at UT, right?
Yeah.
it takes a special kind of confidence to do what you did. I mean, to stand in front of 20,000 people and your every move be scrutinized. I'm with that. I got that kind of. I'm all for it, man. Put me in front of them, because at the end of the day, my confidence tells me they came to see you. You didn't come to see them, so do your thing. You feel me? And right now, I'm doing my thing. I feel like this is my show. Ain't no coaches to call the plays with me. I'm the best and the worst player on the team. It's all on me. So here we go. I don't see nothing stopping this. This is where I am, and God's got my back. Sometimes my faith gets a little shaky here and say, what is wrong with you? Have I not shown you? Do you not believe? You got to have that is not faith. You can't have faith and ask questions. It either is or it isn't. Period, point blank. It either is or it isn't. What is it going to be? What are you going to make this have to be? I'm writing my own story. People tell me I could or couldn't. I don't care. I'm writing my own story. I've always known the potential I had. I've always known my greatness. Other people might not see it, but I do. So I'm going to do my thing and write my story and do it my way.
Absolutely. And we're all here for it. We support you. We have one last question on Facebook from our number one fan, Maria, who also has a podcast with Lex as well. So make sure y'all check that out. But Maria asks, she said, Walter, congratulations on your book. And she said, what's the next chapter in your life? Which we've spoken about. She was a little bit behind coming in, which we know right now is you're kind of in the midst of, turning this book into a movie. So playing off that as well, give the people some information on Casting Call, how they can get involved. They have a small business. If they want to get involved in any form, fashion, how can they reach out?
Get in touch with me at Walter Martin. I'm on Facebook. You'll see the picture of me with the banner. Everything on it about the book. We love product placement. We're trying to help these small companies be seen, man, especially in these times. I've already got a few big commits. I would not miss out on this if I was y'all. I work for Kia, major corporation. They are on board. I've got another major corporation. They are on board as well. Casting, get in touch with me. Facebook, I'm there. Right there. I use the Facebook. I'm not really all big on Instagram and Snapchat and all, but it's cool. Facebook is just fine. If you really want it, you'll get in touch with me where you need to get in touch with me. It's my project. You get in touch with me, we'll make it work. I got you.
What I want to, Walter, what I want to do is I want to know, do you have a role for me? You know me real well. Do you have a good role for me? I want to be the star.
I can write anything I want when I am the head honcho. I can do anything else. And as far as next chapter, for those who want to know out there on Facebook, yeah, we want to give people opportunity. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't care what your race is. I don't care about what your background is. This is all in production. Everybody has a chance to be in this movie. Secondly, there will be many more movies. I am here to stay. Okay, I don't know what people thought when they saw I was writing a book, if they thought I was a one-trick pony. I have never been a one-trick pony. I am very, very talented when it comes to storytelling. I have 20 stories on standby ready to go as soon as this one. All I need is my pen. I will pass Tyler Perry. And it's not really about a pass thing. It's just that I set my goal. If this was the 90s, maybe I would have looked at John Singleton or somebody else. But that right now, Tyler Perry is somebody I looked at and said, you know what? I can catch that. He came from being homeless, and I know I got a big heart. So, I mean, whoever wants to be in the movie, I want to give many opportunities. I want to open my own movie production studio and give thousands of jobs. I would love to do that here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I love this city. I probably never leave this city. I probably go other places to vacation, but there's no place like home. There really is no place like home. I'm home here. I get a lot of love here. This is where I'll be. So, Catfish, if you try to be in the movie, man, anything you try to do, man, we get you.
My agent will be in touch. I'm my own agent, by the way, so I negotiate well.
Oh, goodness, oh Lord. Yeah, man, it's been a ride. We have not been met with any resistance. It seemed like I was writing this book kind of going the other way of Christianity, but it seemed like it worked out for the good of God, spirituality, Christianity, Islam, whatever you want to follow. There's a lot of close relations in religions. I mean, we all want to do good for the most part. We all want to get back to God. I mean, however you do it, I really don't care. It just makes you a better person. I mean, that's what the world needs, better people. That's all we need right now is better people. With the transition of president, better people. With COVID going on, we need better people, more informed people, more people who care about other people's health, more people. I mean, that's just what we need right now. So, you know, anybody who wants to be involved with the project, a good, solid project where we care about the people, we take care of the people, get in touch with us, man. I got Jeff Jocelyn working with me. He's been in a Tyler Perry movie and Medea's Witness Protection. Y'all can check him out as Tyler Perry's manager, the boss on the FBI in that movie. That's my number one guy. I put a lot of work in. We've been networking, so you know we're ready on this end. We're just ready to go. I mean, I can't wait to do the premiere. I'm hoping we can do a big premiere next year sometime. And
we need to have Martin back on the show. What we need, because we ain't got enough time. We're already down 1 minute over, so we need to have you back on the show. When can we have you back on the show? When are you going to start shooting the movie?
We want to start shooting the movie in about 6 months. That would be my goal. Now, that's a goal. We all know that goals can be shaken up a little bit. Things can happen. But that's a goal of mine. So, as I tell people when I fill in the car, don't hold me to anything because I don't want you to come back and say I misled you, you know? So that's what I want to shoot for, about 6 more months.
I think that's a good note to wrap it up there, Jay.
All right, boom. Walter, we appreciate you. We know you're on a crazy tight schedule, but we appreciate you squeezing us in. Lex, you want to take us out?
Absolutely. So again, special shout out to our sponsors. Y'all know who y'all are. We appreciate y'all. Y'all going to be seeing and hearing a lot more of us, but we actually want y'all to see and hear a lot more of Martin and his story. Make sure you check out the book. Make sure you go look him up. If you're in Knoxville or surrounding areas, or if you're just listening and you want an opportunity to be a part of his open casting call, make sure to holler at him on Facebook. All right. Make sure y'all check him out. And then also how we like to end our show every Monday. Number one, we love y'all. We thank y'all. But most importantly, make sure to be unfiltered in your truth. Till next time.
Bye. Say bye, Juju.